back to Teachable Moments with April. Today we're going to talk about finding peace and going to a quiet place. This episode was inspired by Mark 6:31. Because so many people were coming and going that they did not even have a chance to eat, he said to them, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest." If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place, and that's what I love about it. When I came across it, actually on Spotify, and I thought I'd always been wondering how to do it, how to make that transition into it. And Anchor has made it so easy, and I am so glad that I have found it, and I've started my podcast for my social skills group, and hopefully I can use it for my students as well in my class. So download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. For my social skills class, I have started to read a series of books from Scholastic, a Sophie series, when Sophie gets really, really angry, when Sophie feels that she can't, and when Sophie feels really, really hurt. Now, in all three of the books, there's a variety of themes and skills and different issues that are tackled in the book. But one reoccurrent one that I saw, and I pointed out in my last class, which was yesterday, was that everyone needs a place to go to be calm and to find peace. And for Sophie, the character, hers was a tree. It was a tree in the back of her house. It was a beech tree. It was very, very tall. And whenever she felt scared or alone or angry, she would climb this tree. She would touch its bark. She would look at its leaves. She would feel the breeze coming through the leaves onto her face. This tree in itself was her quiet place. So this just proved to me and anyone else that no matter if you're a child, if you're an adult, you need this. You need peace, a place of peace and calm, and a quiet place. And this is a skill that we as adults should learn as well as children, our children, whether they be biologically your children, or if you are an educator or a mentor. So the carryover here is inspiration that I found in Mornings with Jesus, and I'm going to read it to you now. It also has the same theme. Living on a sailboat allows me to escape busy schedules and noise a couple of times each year. One of my favorite destinations is Wallis Island. It's a provincial park with a protected cove for safe anchorage. It also hosts hiking paths so we can explore forests and beaches. Each morning dawns with quiet. No cars, no sirens, no airplanes flying overhead. We sit in the cockpit and read our Bibles with no distractions. Each day ends with a panoramic sunset reflected on the water. Again, we sit in the cockpit and watch God paint a masterpiece on his canvas. Escaping now and again to a quiet place is good for both body and soul. Even Jesus recognized this to be true. He created us from dust, and He knows our human limitations. We can work and serve and rush to and fro only so long before our bodies say, enough. The rest to which Jesus refers is more than a good night's sleep. It's pulling back from responsibilities, doing something different from the norm, and being refreshed from the inside out. It's escaping to a place where we can sit and just be still and think with a clear mind and regain perspective. It's providing a space where He can speak to us without competing with electronic gadgets. I used to think resting in this way was a luxury I couldn't afford. Now I consider it as my yes to His invitation to come with me to get some rest. My quiet place is a scheduled code. What's yours? And this was by Grace Fox. Now at the bottom, this is what it says. Faith step. Put your feet up and close your eyes for 5 minutes. Enjoy resting in God's presence. So my question to you is, where is your quiet place? Where do you go to find refuge? Where do you go to find peace of mind? Where do you go to just sit and just be still?